Garage Crawl has brought us to Heartland, Michigan to find out what mysteries reside behind that garage door. And that garage door. We're about to find out.
Hi, I'm Jeff Lawrence. Welcome to my man cave or emotional support garage. Come on in and I'll show you around. It didn't look like this when we bought it, but this was what it was originally when it was a store. For starters, we're standing in this portion of the garage that somewhere in the 40s, 50s used to be the neighborhood store in our neighborhood. In the 80s, whoever owned it added a meat counter. And then after that, for some reason, they decided to downsize and then just start doing deer processing in here. So when we bought the place, the floors were just bare concrete and didn't smell very nice in here. I had a vision to turn it into my man cave, and then we added a house on top. This is my my getaway when I just need to clear my mind.
This is a lot more than a meat market and a general store anymore. Yeah. What all have you done to the space since you got a hold of it?
That space, the first night that I took possession of this property, I literally went in there by hand and gutted the place and just, you know, started building my dream garage. This car here is a tribute car that the dealership sold. I believe they sold around 2,500. A lot of them didn't sell, so they got repainted and sold as just a sedan. So there's a few of these survivors out there. So I bought this as a tribute to my dad, who passed away 2019. This car back here is a 55 Chevy Bel Air 4-door. I call it a rat rod. It's a patina, which, you know, some people love, some people hate. I found this one in a junkyard in Ecorse. Found it on Facebook. And so I bought that for 1,500 bucks. I bought it because all the patina matched. You know, it's not fake patina, airbrush patina. That's the way it looked when I pulled it out of the junkyard, with the exception of didn't have any glass in it. Floors were rotted out. Motor was, you know, an old junkyard motor. So I did all the mechanicals and then had my brother spray a clear coat of clear on it. And so that kind of got me excited and got me back into the hobby. And then in the middle of putting this car together, there's a car over here. There's another 55 Chevy that a friend of mine turned me on to. It was painted, had everything you needed to put it back together, all original. So I did that and I flipped it because my car that I wanted was a sedan like this one versus a hardtop. The sedan is what I drove in high school, so you know, I wanted to eventually get back into that car and kind of recreate my high school car. So I sold this and I made some money on it that I was able to purchase this car. And this car I restored. I didn't do the paint, but I did all the mechanicals. So in the middle of doing this, a friend of mine said, "Hey, your car's up for sale on Facebook again." I said, "Well, I don't want it. That's why I sold it." But then I started thinking, my wife wanted a truck. She's always wanted a classic Chevy truck. And I showed her this. I said, would you want that? And she said, "Are you kidding?" Absolutely. Since I had it, somebody had hot rodded it, put a hot motor in it, automatic transmission, lowered the front end, you know, did everything that I wanted to do when I had it, but it wasn't my dream car, so I passed it on. But since then, I've added air conditioning, power steering, all the creature comforts, so when my wife's going down the road, you know, she doesn't have to worry about breaking down, overheating, all that good stuff. Over here is a 1951 Chevy pickup with a chop top, or cut off top, I should say. This was a creation of my dad. Worked on it, you know, a little bit here and there. And over the years, the body shop got busy, this got in the way, it got tucked away in a barn. And in, I forget what year it was, but my dad was diagnosed with cancer. And my brother and I got an idea, great idea, to finish it for him. So once we got it completed for Father's Day, we all gathered at my parents' house, and me and my brother went to my shop So we picked up the truck and we drove it down the street. My dad was out in the front yard, and he was just looking at this thing like, you know, because the last time he saw it, it was tucked away in a barn gathering dust and kind of last on his priority list to work on. So he was kind of in disbelief when it came rolling down the street because he hadn't seen it in many years. And it was very cool. Sorry, get a little emotional. It was very cool to be able to do that for him, just because, you know, without him, I wouldn't have this or the knowledge or the, you know, the ability to work on these things. So it was very cool to give that back to him. I'm not just a car collector. I mean, every one of these has some meaning to me.
Is there anything in the space you still want to add or do to it, or do you feel like you've got that dialed in?
A lot. I think we're done there. This is actually, I didn't say that part, but this is actually my wife's garage, even though I've got a couple cars in here. But that was when we added on. That was kind of the conversation was, okay, you have your garage, I want my garage, and she allowed me to keep a couple things in here. So we always say that's my garage, this is hers.
That's good negotiating, right?
Yeah.
That's the great thing about Garage Crawl. You never know what you'll find behind these garage doors. So if you happen to own an old general store turned meat market / slaughterhouse and it's now your man cave, give us a call. Or it doesn't have to check all those boxes. If you have a cool space you'd love to share, let us know. Call the office or give us an email and we just might see you on the next Garage Crawl.